Hi, I'm Mara Jacob, and you're watching Next Stop, a series that takes you to meet offbeat writers on location. Right now we're heading to Philadelphia, where we're going to meet Chad Willenborg. He's a fiction writer, and he's going to be reading to us tonight from a short story that he's written, which is actually a cover version of a James Joyce story. So, next stop, Chad Willenborg. I first discovered your work in First City, the review. One of the things that I actually really loved about that story is that you chose to tell it in a we, in the we narrator.
Yeah.
Why that?
It was a little bit of a challenge to myself. I was teaching one day and I was explaining, the first person singular and the things that, that we kind of remember from grade school English. And then I mentioned the first person plural, we. And somebody asked who would write a story like that, and the only one I could think of was Faulkner's A Rose for Emily, which is a really, really great story. One that I scared my mother with once, I think. I had to read it. She's like, oh, that's a creepy one. It is a creepy one. and we're all involved. So I sat down and tried to write this short story using we.
Right, and when you read in the we, you are implicated, right?
Sure.
I, as the reader, am implicated in the action.
Yeah, writing is magic. At some point there has to be some sort of trickery going on. And so you use every device you can think of.
Where to next?
Let's go to a cemetery.
Why are we going there?
To connect with my past a little bit. A lot of the stories I write have to do with cemeteries. I grew up working in one. So there's a great one here in town called Laurel Hill.
Are you going to dispose of me?
I'm not going to dispose.
Okay, good.
The book that I'm working on now, actually one of the scenes I've written takes place here. It's not
cemetery?
In this cemetery, yeah. It's not finished yet, so I don't know exactly what happens, but it's nice to come and visit. Everything's pretty well kept. I mean, we've got some leaning stones, and that's going to happen with these older ones, but these guys do a good job with this place.
Favorite dead writer?
Favorite dead writer?
You know you invited that. You brought me to a graveyard, so.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I want to skip that one.
Oh, how about? Favorite live writer?
Oh, there's so many good ones. I think T.C. Boyle's still writing really great short stories.
Yeah.
Stephen Millhauser, I love his stories too. They always have an element of mystery and graveyards about them.
What is something that you wouldn't think people would know about the grave digging business?
That's a tough question. We don't go down 6 feet. There's that great show, and I loved it, 6 feet under, right? And everybody talks about being 6 feet under. We go down about 4.5. So, just so you know, it's good enough.
Is that why? Is it like, you know what, 4.5 is good enough?
Yeah, well, you get tired, you know.
Oh my God. Who do you think influenced you most when you were in grad school for writing?
I'm probably more influenced by songwriters than actual, novelists.
Give me some songs.
Oh gosh, I'll probably give you some artists.
Okay.
Some of the early ones that just blew me away by the way they would turn phrases. For instance, Elvis Costello,
Sure.
and Paul Westerberg, Leonard Cohen,
Sure.
and James McMurtry, son of Larry McMurtry. I would try to take those songs and turn them into my first short stories a lot of times.
Really?
So yeah, I've got the anxiety of influence. I'm always aware that a lot of the things I've written are based loosely, somehow, connected to the things that I've read or heard.
I think that's got to be true of a lot of writers, though. That's kind of a
It
great way
is.
to pivot through the
Yeah.
world.
I would just rather confess that that's true with me than to have somebody say, yeah, I think that's a ripoff. Yeah. This is based on Joyce's story, Evelyn. It's called Flutter and Squelch, which, in addition to being good verbs, are ham radio terms. I'll leave it at that. An eighth mile off the Monticello exit, the 24-hour filling station sat beneath a fluorescent canopy. It was a lonely box of painted cinder blocks and plate glass, surrounded by 12 pumps and ringed by a potholed gravel lot, where the occasional trucker idled his rig, orange running lights aglow and diesel throbbing as he spelled himself before ramping back onto I-57. She passed the time.
Hot.
Summer, work.
Weirdest job you ever had?
Oh, a stuffer at a wild game sausage factory.
Quality you find most important in a main character?
Oh, mystery.
Nice. Animal you feel is most like you?
Mole, you know.
Why?
I feel like I'm climbing around in the dark.